Hello guys, I am Sanket Solanki. So in this series, we are going to talk about Web Application Hackers Handbook, which is basically we are going to try to explain each and every chapter, including the labs and all the offline practice, which we are going to help you. A little bit about me, as I mentioned earlier, I am Sanket Solanki, also known as Monkey Shell. As you can see, I'm also interested in other kind of thing, especially not related to web application, but kind of network kind of thing. Few things which I already earned, especially the certificate, which I really love to do. Apollo OSCP, CRTP, CRT, PTX, and other things, GCV. You can just leave it over. Recently, I'm trying to focus more on programming and low-level kind of thing. A bit of malware development, as I can say. Ronak, as you can give a small introduction about yourself.
My name is Ronak Palmar and my Twitter ID is trouble1_Ronak. So my main area of focus is in cloud security. I do a lot of research in cloud security in Azure, and I recently just passed OSW exam as well. And I'm also the writer of one of the tool which is called 365 Stealer, which is a phishing tool for red teamers. So and I do also create a lot of labs which are in Python and PHP, and you can get all those labs and practice it out for your OSW preparation from my GitHub account. So we'll continue with the session with a chapter 1, which will be the web applications insecurities.
Okay. Before that, I will highly recommend each and everyone to try Ronak Tools 365 Stealer, as it's an amazing tool as you need to try it. Okay.
Thank you.
Now we can try to move forward and learn a bit about chapter 1. So basically, before learning about any attack in application, we'll try to understand why these attacks occur, why this attack has been evolved in few years, and why these attacks were not available like previous decade or maybe a 2 or 3 decade back. So as you can see, the application has been evolved gradually in the last 10 decades, in basically this decade. So in this case, the application like Wikipedia, as you can see, like it has certain kind of functionality. So it's basically like when the application evolved, it has different kind of functionality. Those functionality creates problem. But previously, like, assuming like few years back, like 10 years back, the applications does not have any kind of functionality. Like they were only basic kind of thing which was going on, a static web, a static page. Even if a hacker tried to attack it, he might just able to get some kind of access to the server, or might he able to play with the CSS or any kind of thing. But as you know, as you might be aware, like the application became quite complex with multiple technologies which revolves around it. As you can see, as you can see on the side, like there are so many kind of bugs which right now is happening, like broken authentication, SQL injection, cross-site scripting, all this kind of thing. This is all happened because of lots of functionality in the applications. Few application, like you might assume, like what are the functionality of an application? Basically an Amazon which deals with your payment details, which has information about your, or banking application which has very critical data about yourself, even your financial records. Other kind of application like Facebook, Twitter, that's like a social media kind of thing. Such kind of thing has a functionality. That functionality is the main reason which cause such kind of vulnerability. You don't need to worry about that right now. What vulnerabilities we are going to focus on, or if you don't not aware about what kind of vulnerabilities like broken authentication, SQL injection, process scripting, what they are, totally fine. We are going to cover this in a later chapter. Right now, you should focus on the basics because those are the important things. Let's move forward. So as I previously mentioned, that the functionality is the main enemy to arise all these vulnerabilities. So as you can see, the user can interface with any piece of data. It's basically like a normal user input box, you can say. Those user input box are the reason for the bugs because user can input anything. Trust me, user can input anything, and developer might assume anything, or they assume anything in such scenario. This kind of thing cause the vulnerability. If a developer assumes something that this won't happen, and he has not taken enough precaution for that, definitely that might a reason that cause some other kind of bugs. As you can see, this is a small PPT we have write down, and you can read about it. This PPT will be available for you, so don't worry. Just a minute. Oh, it's okay. This. Okay, so now we have finished the chapter 1. Don't worry, it's not a big deal to understand. Just enough patience and practice is all needed to understand. Relax, take a chill pill, and come back later. Chapter 1 is finished. Thank you.